We are being all nature-like, fishing and swimming in the Keys. Hi everybody, it's Brandy over at mycentralfloridafamily.com, and we just returned from our trip to the Keys here in Florida. We booked this trip back in probably January or February because we felt it was a safe COVID trip. In fact, after returning from a week in the Keys, I can tell you that the only time we spent inside is when we went grocery shopping at Publix to buy food for the week. Everything else was outdoors. So it was definitely, in my opinion, a safe COVID trip to take. We spent most of our time at the beach, on a boat, fishing, snorkeling. We were very socially distanced, and we always spent all of our time outside. So let me tell you a little bit about the trip. We left on a Friday night. We staged overnight in Fort Pierce with some family members who were also fully vaccinated. And we had about a 4-hour drive after that. So all in all, it took us about 5.5 hours to get to Marathon, which is where we stayed. Now, I will tell you, a family member told us to stage in Homestead, and then it would only be about an 1.5-hour drive in the next morning. And I do think that's a great idea because we got to the Keys around 10 a.m. on Saturday, and it was heavy traffic. So it's mostly a 2-lane road. So it was difficult to sort of navigate all the way in to Marathon. There was a lot of stop and go, a lot of traffic. So I do highly recommend perhaps either going in late at night or staging and going in first thing in the morning. We, like I said, stayed in Marathon, which is about halfway down. So we drove through Key Largo and Isla Morado. Plenty of things to do on those islands. Theater by the Sea. We didn't do some of those things, but they are available to you on the drive-in if you're someone who likes to stop and do things as you drive. We opted to go straight to Marathon and be on that key at check-in time, which was 3 o'clock. So we had a little bit of time to kill. We went to lunch at Burdines or Burdines, I'm not quite sure how you pronounce it, but lovely restaurant on the water, had really great food. We were very happy with that selection, and in fact ate there again later in the week. We then went out on a boat. Now I will tell you, with the Keys, if you know somebody who has a boat and you're traveling with them, you're gonna have some pretty spectacular moments, whether it be fishing, snorkeling, just boating around and enjoying the lovely blue water that the Keys offers. Having a boat definitely gave us some of the highlights of our trip. If you don't have a boat, there are plenty of options to do without a boat, or you can charter one. There are plenty of opportunities to rent kayaks, charter boats, rent boats, lots of outdoor activities that you can do with your family. So if you don't have a boat or don't know somebody or aren't traveling with someone who does, not too big of a concern. There's still plenty of things to do. But we were able to jump on a boat after lunch, do a little bit of fishing, and just enjoy the beautiful water. It was very windy the week that we were there, but the seas weren't so bad that we couldn't stomach being out on a boat. So once our room was ready, or our house was ready, which we rented through VRBO, we went and checked in. It was exactly what we were looking for. We wanted something with a pool, we wanted something on a canal, and we got those things. It was a fantastic rental. We were very happy with it. So throughout the week, I'm not going to give you a day by day, but throughout the week we did fishing. We did fishing on the boat, but we also did fishing as our own family unit without a boat. So we fished from the dock on the canal in the back. We caught 10 fish, so that was possible. We did some bridge fishing, we did some shoreline fishing, and we did fishing on the boat. So we were able to catch fish no matter which way we did it, but of course being on the boat is more opportunity, bigger fish. So we quite enjoyed that. We did some snorkeling one afternoon when the weather was really nice, and I have to say I stayed on the boat because we didn't want to leave the boat unmanned while everybody else jumped in the water. I can tell you, I sat on the back of the boat, dangled my feet, the fish were swimming up to my feet. The water was clear 20 feet down. It was amazing. And if you were to talk to my children, they would say the highlight of their trip was that snorkeling. So whether you have a boat, whether you rent a boat, whether you charter some sort of snorkeling expedition, it is a great opportunity to do snorkeling there in the Keys. It's fantastic. We also did some swimming. We went to some islands on the boat, swam. We did swimming on the south side of 7 Mile Bridge. There's a great little beach area there. We also swam in Bahia Honda State Park. So no matter where you go, the swimming, the snorkeling, it's all there if you are doing it from the shoreline too. So again, fishing, boating, swimming, snorkeling, it's all there for you in the Keys. And really, no matter where you stay, which key you stay on, you're going to find it. So those were great opportunities for us. And then we also spent one day down in Key West. And one of the things I love about Marathon is it is about halfway down. So you drive through Key Largo and Isla Morada, but then on the other side, it's only about an hour and 15, hour and 30-minute drive to Key West. So when we got there, we rented golf carts. So we rented golf carts today, and we're driving around the island, around Key West, I should be specific. And we have had waterside lunch and stopped by the Hemingway House and looked at all the amazing plants and flowers, some museums. It's really been a beautiful day, and now we're headed off to the butterfly exhibit. So we're gonna go check out some butterflies. So come along with us, here we go. And we just took golf carts around the island. We went to the beaches, we went to some of the museums to check them out. We had a lovely lunch, marina side, which was awesome. We saw some tarpon. And then we went to a butterfly encounter, which was really great. There were so many butterflies. So lots of opportunities to have some land fun there in Key West. So I do highly recommend going down for a day. The golf carts were a great way to do it because it was easy to navigate the area, and without having to walk, it got a little hot. So it was a lot of fun, and the golf carts were probably about $125 each for a 4-passenger. So I highly recommend that experience. It was a lot of fun as well. So all in all, on our trip out, we left at 6 o'clock, 6:30 in the morning, drove out. There was hardly any traffic. The sun was rising, and it was really one of the most beautiful drives. So again, I highly recommend getting in early, getting out early to avoid, if you're someone like me that doesn't like the traffic and all the congestion, was really a great way to do it. Plenty of wonderful restaurants in Marathon, which is where we mostly spent our time. We did have lunch in Key West, which was great, a little more expensive. We just ate at A&B Lobster House right here in Key West at the marina, and it was delicious. A little pricey, but delicious. But in Marathon, we love Burdines, or Burdines, however you wanted to say it. We enjoyed Porky's. Our family actually ended up there 3 times to eat. We just really loved the vibe and the feel, and they had some really delicious food. You had the choice of barbecue or seafood. We also enjoyed Sharky's, which was up closer to where we were staying on Marathon. All of those are waterfront restaurants, and they range in price. You can expect anywhere from $15 to $25 a plate, just basically on average. We also ate at the Keys Fishery, which I quite enjoyed. Mostly seafood at that restaurant, so if you're not a seafood fan, might not be for you. All I will tell you is make sure you read the reviews. Listen to the reviews, and choose what's best for your family as far as dining out. But you can't go wrong. One of the things I loved about the Keys is all of the mom and pop restaurants. So we didn't really eat at any chain restaurants. I think we swung through McDonald's once or twice. But we stuck to all the mom and pop restaurants and really enjoyed some dishes that you're not going to enjoy anywhere else. So that was another highlight of our trip. So again, with the Keys, no matter what you do, again, in my opinion, it's pretty COVID safe because there's lots of opportunities for social distancing, lots of opportunities to stay outside. The drive in and out is not bad, but I would do it during off driving times. Renting a house through VRBO was the way to go for us because we were able to purchase food from Publix, make some dinners, make some breakfasts, which really helped with the budgeting of the trip. And make sure you don't miss out on going down to Key West for a day because it's just kind of a different vibe and a different feel. When we went before kids, we spent a lot of time on Duval Street. This time we spent more time in the museums, the butterfly encounter, the beaches, and don't forget the southernmost point. That is an important stop to make. So don't miss out on the opportunity to go down to Key West. We also spent a little bit of time on Big Pine Key looking for the key deer, which we actually found a few of those. So Big Pine Key is a nice little place to stop in, and Bahia State Park was fantastic. Swimming, you had opportunities to rent kayaks, and really just a lovely area there at Bahia State Park. I know John Penny Camp in Key Largo is also a fantastic park to stop at. We didn't stop at this trip, but that's another opportunity for you to start if you're either staying in Key Largo or decide to stop on the way in or out. They've got some great snorkeling. If you want to charter a boat, which again we didn't do this time, but Lou Key is a great place to charter a boat if you're a snorkeling enthusiast. They have really great reef there in Lou Key. And where we were in Marathon had some fantastic reef and some fantastic snorkeling. So if you enjoy snorkeling there. Otherwise, swimming, fishing, you can do it from anywhere in the Keys, honestly. We had family members that went about 30 miles off the coast for some deep sea fishing. They didn't have much luck on the day that they went. The seas were a little rougher than they would have hoped. So that would be another piece of advice I would give you, is make sure that you watch the weather. It can change from moment to moment. So even when you wake up in the morning, you're going to think that the weather's going to be one way and it turns out another. So just try and do your best planning by paying attention to the weather. So if you know you're going to be at the beach, obviously you want to stay away from rainy days. If you're going to be out on a boat, you want to stay away from any days that have winds over 15 miles an hour. If you can get them under 10, that's ideal. So make sure that you're out on the water on those days. But otherwise, again, Keys was a great opportunity to get away. It was within driving distance. It was COVID friendly. You were able to get away from people and really feel like you were safe. I didn't spend a lot of time worrying about COVID or catching it down there because we just weren't around many people. Most of the restaurants are open air, outside, made it very easy for us to feel like we were staying safe yet still have fun. So again, if you're looking for a trip that's easy yet still feel like you're getting away, check out the Keys here in Florida. And we hope no matter what you're doing with your family, you're making fun family memories during this time of COVID. And I guess we'll see you next time. Bye.